Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Ken, and today I am joined by one of my friends, Mr. Agent Scrappy. How are you, my brother?
All is good, my brother from another mother. How are you doing? You well?
Doing good. As you know, we're very passionate about MSF.gg, so big shout out to those guys and everything that they do for us. Big fans of the website themselves. But as you guys can see, something's a little bit different about the game behind us right now, huh? What do you see?
Little percentages. What's
Percentages. Percentages everywhere. Yes, some ISOs as well showing up. So yeah, as you guessed it, we are talking about Mantis. Mantis is a very good tool. We don't have API support yet. Yes, it got rumored that it's coming at some point this year. But in the meantime, an amazing tool that you can use not only for yourselves, but for your alliance at the same time, and a lot of benefits. So we're going to be talking about how you guys can install it, and then also the benefits of using this amazing tool. So yeah, without further ado,
man.
Let's jump into the fun.
Let's rock it. All right, so we've got Mantis nicely installed, lovely jubbly. So what we got to do first, we've got to open up BlueStacks. As Kenny's showing, he's opening up his nice strike force. He's lovely MSF with his bigger roster than what I've got, but I'm not jealous, I promise. There's a few differences what you had before, like you had roster extractor that was fantastic, and this seems like it's the upgrade of roster extractor, which works so much better. Roster extractor had a couple of little flaws. You couldn't have the sidebar open. You had to run it whether it was open GL or DirectX, I think, are the two different codes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a few things that it weren't. The screen grab wasn't picking everything up. It wasn't able to run properly. But this with Mantis, you can keep all your basic settings from what I can see, and it just works instantly. All you got to make sure you do is just get BlueStacks open, get your MSF open, then open Mantis.
Yeah,
and we should be good to rock and roll.
Yeah, so as you guys can see, the game is open right now. Nothing's really showing for Mantis because the first thing that you have to do, as Agent just mentioned, is open up the game. But then we're gonna go and open the new program that we just installed. And once you start seeing the coding happen, voila. Now we have everything showcased for every single one of the characters. We have ISOs over here on the right side. We have percentages of T4s that MSF.gg users are using currently in the game.
Yeah, so the guys at Zaratul spoke to Ty at MSF.gg, and they've let each other look at each other's code, etc., etc. It's way beyond my pay grade when it comes down to how it works. I just know how to use it. Yeah, they've all spoke to each other. So on your left, you've got the percentage of the T4s that are happening. On the right-hand side, where you've got the ISO characters or characteristics,
yeah,
you can see what percentage of people are putting in, whether they're going striker, raider, fortifier, etc., etc.
Yeah, so if you're not 100% sure which ISOs you want to use, yes, there's a lot of infographics. But, you know, if you want to get an idea as to like what most of the MSF.gg users are doing ISO-wise, it's going to showcase for you the highest percentages in here. More than likely, in most cases, it tends to be the right ISO. There's a, majority decision kind of point to this. But hey, on top of that, there's a nice little button that starts showing up to in your game here in the top right side next to the stats. And that's the upload button.
Pretty button.
How do you like that button, Mr. Agent?
I like that button. That button's a useful little button.
Yeah, that's a very useful little button. You get to upload straight to MSF.gg from here. Any updates. So let's say I were to upgrade my white tiger, I can just go ahead and click that upload button, and it's gonna update that in MSF.gg as long as you have it linked in your Mantis.
Yeah, I was just about to say a little precursor. There is a couple of little steps you got to do prior to this to get it linked to MSF.gg. We'll run through that in a mo. But yeah, once that's done, it's a little copy and paste job. Nothing hard.
And we're gonna show you how to do that just now. So
we're straight. All right then, Ken, my big boy, man. How are we downloading the new Mantis?
Yeah. So when you guys want to download Mantis, I'm actually going to be leaving a link down below in the description of this video. So make sure you guys go in there and check it out. But this, it's available in Sarah tools. There is 2 versions of this. So the cool thing about this tool is that it's also available for Mac users. If you guys are running the PC version, just go to the one that's under Mantis. But if you guys are running BlueStacks in a Mac computer, then you're gonna be going down here into the actual Apple versions. You're gonna see the Apple right next to the name. So here's the version. You're gonna want to download the most up-to-date version of it, and right below it is the getting started section. So everything that we're covering right now, it's also available for you here as reference. But the number one thing you need to do is, like, first you need to download the new version of Mantis. Then you need to make sure if your Windows is 32 or 64 bits. But this step 3 is kind of important. Make sure that you guys do install the .NET Desktop Runtime 5.0 before actually starting Mantis. I'm gonna show it real quick because there's different versions, right? Like we have 5.04. And you know, I've gotten a couple of people tell me that it's not working for them, and most of the time is that they're updating the most up-to-date version. But you're gonna want to look for this one right here. Is that it? Not RC. There it is. .NET Desktop Runtime 5.0. So make sure you guys download this one. Click on the times 64 if you want. I already have it. Once again, I'll be leaving a link down below for you guys, so you guys can go ahead and download the most up-to-date 5.0 version. But once you have that, you are set. Let's go ahead and download this again, or showcase it. I already have it downloaded in my computer. It's gonna take a quick second.
Exact same thing, man. I literally went onto that 5 site and I was like, yeah, just latest version.
There is a lot of options. That's the thing. There is a lot of options, and there's an updated.
That's what's happened when you don't read the instructions.
Yeah. All right, so this is what comes up. It's gonna ask you to set up the language. So of course, you know, we're gonna pick English. You can create a desktop shortcut and then click next. In this case, I'm not actually gonna install it because I already installed it, but it's that simple, guys. This is how you install Mantis in the computer. Once it runs, then you're gonna see it. Let's cancel it. Yes, we're gonna exit. Then you're gonna see an icon created if you decided to create an icon for it. But here's my Mantis. We're gonna put it down here, and voila. So remember, make sure you download the right version for netcode. And then once you download Mantis, if you opened up an icon for it, then that's where you go and look for it. So let's jump into the actual program itself. First thing that you need to do with Mantis is to remember that you need to open up BlueStacks first. But you're gonna open up Mantis, and before you get to work around on the actual tool itself, you need to make sure that you get familiar with the tabs. So you have the tools, files, windows, help tab, and then you have context, roster, settings, and inventory. So the first thing you're gonna need to do is go into your settings, especially for MSF.gg users. You're gonna need the MSF.gg user ID, and you're gonna need the MSF.gg Sarah tools key, both of which are already in your MSF.gg page. So if once you have made an account in the page, you can go into your settings, and as you guys can see, you have your user ID right below your username, and then you have your Sarah tool key right at the bottom of it. So all you gotta do is click on copy, then you're gonna go into the actual Mantis tool and then click paste. It's gonna look the same because it's already what I have in store, but then you do the same thing. You will go into Sarah tools, copy it as well, and then go and paste it in here as well. So first thing that you need to do so that you can go ahead and proceed into doing your roster scan or anything else that you're gonna be doing with your Mantis tool. Okay guys, and the first thing I'm going to show you how to do is how you can go ahead and scan your roster so you can later on export it into MSF.gg. So first things first, you need to open up Strikeforce in your BlueStacks. Once it's open, go ahead and open up your Mantis. As you can see, nothing's showing up in context right now, but the second that you go ahead and click on any character in the game, you're going to see that the information for that character actually shows up. So the number one thing we're going to do right now is show you how you can go ahead and scan your roster. So for that, you go to tools on the left, and the first thing you see is scan rosters. So we're going to go ahead and do that. we're gonna let this roster start getting scanned so that we can go into MSF.gg and scan it and update my roster that way. But yeah, guys, Mantis is very easy to use, a seamless roster extractor tool. I think this is definitely a quicker way. As you guys can see, it's speeding right through my roster. So I'm gonna go ahead and let the roster scan for a little bit, and then I'll be right back with Agent Scrappy for more. Okay, and welcome back. And as you guys can see, the scan ended on this. So now we have a couple of options. I'm going to showcase another way that you can do it, but it's very simple. Once your scan ends, you can go ahead and click your upload tab that shows up over here next to your stats. And then a little message shows up afterwards saying that your entire roster has been uploaded. But there is another way of doing it. So just in case you guys forget that you can do it in there, you can go into tools and you can go into export the roster to MSF.gg.
These two buttons are pretty much the same thing. So which one you click, this box will come up.
Exactly. So it's saying success, updated the roster. In this case, it says only 3 out of 3 characters updated because I only made changes to a couple of them. But once it says okay, if you go to your roster over here, everything will be updated after that. So
there we go. Look at that beautiful roster.
And it's that simple, guys. That's how you can update your roster to MSF.gg. Once again, they have the same functionality. You can do it through the actual Mantis tool, or you can just click on upload and it'll upload your roster into MSF.gg. And it's grayed out right now, so it's gonna have a, how much is it?
I think it's a 5-minute cooldown, but this is one of the good things with Mantis over roster extractor is if you were now just done your full roster, you've uploaded, fantastic, and then you're going to play your game for a little bit. And I don't know, I would say upload or upgrade something on your Thanos, but as we can see, yeah, come on.
Yeah, I'm done.
Not bragging. Yeah, so if you did upload something or upgraded something or put an ISO on something, you can just then hit that little button if you only want to upgrade one character to MSF.gg instead of having to go through the entire process of every single character. It's just one of the little added extras that Mantis gives you over roster extractor.
Yeah, get to update your roster any single time you make a one single update to your roster. So we love it. Very easy to update your roster through BlueStacks or through the Mantis tool. All right, guys, and now we're gonna move to another section of Mantis, and that is how you can go ahead and scan your inventory into the tool itself. So, hey, Scrappy, how do you do this?
So the easiest way that I've found and the quickest way is to go into the war orbs. So if you're looking for blue gear, purple gear, or orange gear, literally click the one that you're interested in, and then unfortunately you've got to click each individual, and every time you click it, it says you own, and then that will load in to Mantis. So if you jump over to the purple or whatever it is you need, see all these ones with the nice purple stripes across, that the ones they're already updated. And then on the top left it says tools. Oh, you just close. There we go. Yep, tools. And then down to the bottom, upload inventory to MSF.gg.
Okay. And then all those that I just updated now are updated on the website, right?
Yeah. And what that can lead to, which is fantastic, is really planning for your DD2, DD3, DD4. Because once you're on MSF.gg and you want to build your teams, it can really help you and aid you in making sure you're farming for the right things and hoarding the right orbs and hoarding the right materials.
Exactly. So as you guys can see, this is how you get to it. Once you go to the MSF.gg website, you have the Alliance tab, you have the Rosters tab, but you have now the Inventory tab as well that was added. And those 5 gear pieces that I scanned, here they are. They got updated into the inventory. So once again, very easy to do. Unfortunately, though, it does take a little bit of time because you do have to click on all the gear in the actual
it takes you about 10 minutes, I'd say.
Yeah. So if you want to go one by one and you want to make sure you put your entire inventory there, it's easy. But if you want to go ahead and let's say that you're gearing up for Dark Dimension 4 and you want to see where your gear 15 is all at, actually not here because it's given on the right side.
Central, yeah.
Yeah. So then you would click on this one's in particular, and once again, you will be able to update your inventory that way and hopefully plan a little bit easier on how to get your characters up to Dark Dimension 4. But yeah, that's how you update your inventory into Mantis.
All right. So Ken, what we're going to look at? We're going to look at the tabs.
So we have all the tabs, and as you guys can see, we already checked out settings, inventory. We just showed you guys that you can go ahead and scan your inventory as well. Here's where you can see your roster in the actual tool. So I'm actually going to open this quite a bit so you guys can get a good look at the roster. But as you guys are tapping, and I don't want to cover it because it's right by me, you also have your context tab right here where you can see all the abilities, gear, ISO, etc. for Mr. Fantastic.
That's what the Mantis is reading at that point.
Yeah. And then right here at the top, we already did this. We scanned the roster. You can go ahead and export your roster to GRUD, export your roster to MSF.gg, and then also export your inventory to MSF.gg. You also have your files tab. What could this be used for, Scrappy?
The saving screenshot.
Yeah, let me make it bigger so you can see it. Save game screenshot and save emulator screenshot.
It is literally just a saving screenshot, as in
you want to share something with one of your alliance mates, etc.
Just saving a screenshot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you found a little bit more usage out of the Windows tab.
Yeah, I like this Alliance War participation. So if you have a little click on that, it gives you another little tab at the bottom, which it now tells you every single last little bit of information you want to know about your war. So if you minimize or lower this screen, jump into your war.
Oh, this is probably not the best war to showcase as we've lost this one.
It's all good. You don't need to show rooms and that. Just go into the participation screen.
All right, so under the participation screen right now.
Just scroll down. That's it. Just keep scrolling. With the overlays and everything, I'm not sure how many it picked up, but jump back on Mantis. Boom.
So it showcases your alliance and it showcases your opponents as well.
Yeah, it shows everything. So you can save that. Okay. You can save it as an Excel sheet, I believe. You can save it as other bits. And then if you are a very heavy War Alliance team, you can sit there and know how many attacks, how much DPS people are doing, how many this, that, the other. It depends on how you want to run your alliance when it comes down to MSF. But it's a useful tool if you're a war heavy kind of alliance.
Yeah, so here you go. So if you want to save this, save it as alliance report, etc. for every single one of your wars, you can go ahead and save it to your desktop. And whenever you want to go back and access that outside of Mantis, it's just gonna show up for you right there in your Discord as well. So cool, awesome tool, awesome tab as well that you can use. Love it. You can do your members too as well. Inventories has already been done, but yeah, man, this tool is amazing. It does it all for you. You can see pretty much outside of the game what you're doing for Alliance War as well. So very easy for Alliance leader, you would say, and captains.
Yeah, it's a massive tool for if you're on a leader, captain, anything like that. It just helps you organize, helps you do so many different things. If you can get everyone in your alliance using this, everything's uploaded to MSF.gg. You can help with raid paths, you can help with war strategies, and if you really utilize MSF.gg, your alliance just ends up just going up and up and up.
Exactly. Yeah, I love this tool, guys. I think this tool is amazing. Even the fact that you can see in the game, also every time you click on a character, the percentage for the T4s and the ISOs, it's just a nice little reference tool to have on its own, but very easy to upload your roster into MSF.gg. Very easy. It takes a little bit of time to upload your inventory, but also it's just like one click away every single time into MSF.gg. So overall, very easy to integrate your game from BlueStacks into MSF.gg through the Mantis tool. And I just want to say big shout out and thank you to Sarah Tools for coming up with such an amazing tool that you can, you know, use to just better your alliance, better your roster, and keep track of your roster improvement and performance outside of the game. So, all right, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I want to say thank you again to Agent Scrappy for joining me on this one. Scrappy, where can the people find you?
You can't.
You can't yet.
Yeah. I will be streaming soon. I'm looking to get my my little cubby hole sorted to be streaming, and then once then, yes, I will be publishing every single last pin on your streams, Ken.
But in the meantime, he can be found in my chat, in my Twitch channel. So I do stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, some Marvel Strike Force for you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions about Mantis, its tool itself, or if you guys have questions about anything that we covered today, make sure you guys go in the comment section and let me know. We are always willing to help out, and we'll be keeping an eye out for your questions on this. But yeah, thanks again, guys. I appreciate the support. Have a great one. Peace.